Hi everybody, Jo here. Thanks so much for popping in today. Now, I know some of you don't like Christmas, and I know some of you have been in touch and you're on your own at Christmas. So, do you know what? I just thought I'd come in. I've made myself a brew, and I thought we'd just have a bit of a crafty catch up. Because, it's a busy time for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people catch up with families, but not everybody can. And I know a few of you have been in touch and that you're poorly or you're looking after a poorly relative, and it can be a hard time. And I don't want to forget about that because it's important that we all look after each other. So today, I'm just going to set some time aside. I'm in my craft room. Eric's at my feet. If he starts snoring, you know what he's like. As I say, I've got my brew and I just thought we'd have a little bit of time together. Now, I did wonder what to create today, but I thought, I'm sure you've made all your Christmas cards and your tags and your wrapping paper. Got to be honest, mine's all done. We're going out for a meal tonight with our youngest, Mikey, with his fiancée, Fran, and her mum. So that'll be nice. And then tomorrow it's going to be a bit of cleaning and tidying in the house. Going to take Eric out first thing. There's a lovely park we like to take him to, and they have a little coffee shop, so we get a coffee as well. So that'll be nice. Usual Sunday what we do. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of tidying, not too much. Do you know what? Because I just want to enjoy the time. I want to spend some time with Carl, and then just going to have a nice meal and Christmas Eve, and then we're seeing all the family. Some on Christmas Day, but everybody on Boxing Day. I've got everybody for a meal on Boxing Day, which I'm really looking forward to. Lots of potatoes to peel tomorrow. That's another job tomorrow. But like I say, I know if you're on your own, and some of you are, will you be having a Christmas dinner? Not everybody does. I must admit, I'm not a big meat fan, but Carl loves. I always let him choose what he wants. Over the years we've had when the boys lived at home, they loved duck. We always had duck. But he loves lamb, so I bought him a leg of lamb. And yes, for Carl. But honestly, when I put it in the oven, he gets so excited and he's literally checking it. And you know when meat starts to smell when it's cooking, honestly, he'll be just. Him and Eric will be there wanting first dibs on it. So, like I say, will you be having a normal Christmas dinner or will you be having something different? Do you know what? And Annie, I know is it a barbecue you're having? You see, this is lovely. I just love the fact that I find out about what other people are doing. I mean, imagine spending it on the beach. Obviously, that's really alien to me, but I love hearing how, especially our lovely friends in Australia, New Zealand, what you'll be doing. And I love that on here. Anyway, I'd better start because otherwise I will just, I did wonder whether to just come in and have a chat, but I thought we'll do some crafting. Let me have a sip of my coffee. I have this dodgy throat, so I've got my lovely coffee. I'm going to put it there. So what I thought I'd do today is I'm going to chat anyway. You know me, sorry. There's a reason my mum and dad called me Chatterbox when I was little. That's my nickname, and my mum still calls me that sometimes. So my friend, Lisa, my lovely friend, gave me, before Christmas, we did a lovely workshop on All Wrapped Up, and we did lots of gift wrapping and tags and things and wrapping paper with our lovely Lavinia stamps, and we did some bags. And she gave me a pack of these lovely little bags, and she said, that was my challenge over Christmas to decorate one of these. So I thought, you know what better thing to do to come in and do it with you. And this is what I've come up with, look. And what I'm thinking is this is going to make a lovely, I've got a couple of people after Christmas and New Year that I like to give special gifts to, because it can either be for a thank you or a just because gift. I love gifts like that when people aren't expecting, but it'll stand up, look, and it's just going to, I think it's lovely. And on the back, look, I've left room for my lovely sentiment. So that's my idea anyway. So Lisa, this is my homework so you can see me. I'm properly doing it. And I've cut myself some card, and this is Multifarious card. And I think, did I go for 3.5? No. See, it's a good job I remeasured it, 4.5. So it's 4.5 square. And then this was just an offcut. So this one's 3 inches by 2 inches. And this is my tag. And a really good cheats way to make a tag is to get your scissors and cut one side like that. And then take that, move it over. We've done this before, but it's nice just to have a reminder. Keep that flush there and cut that. And that way, these two are identical. And what it means is it stops you. I don't know about you, but when I was younger, if I cut my fringe, well, we won't go into that. I thought I was like one of those dolls where it grew again, but it didn't, obviously. In the past, if I've cut one side, then I'll cut the other, and then I cut one, and before you know it, you've got a tag that big. So for me, that's the best way to just make, but don't overthink it. So we're going to do some blending just because I love blending. And you know what? Sometimes, say you're a bit fed up or a bit lonely, or you're just sick of the whole Christmas thing, and I know it does get to some of us. I love blending. So for me, that's why I'm coming in and doing some blending. It might be if you love your stencils, just do some stencil work. You know, it might be, do you know what, you actually don't want to craft, in which case just get a brew, treat yourself to a nice snack and join me. I must admit, I did a cheeky bit of flapjack before with the first bit of my brew. Now, I'm going to blend Oxides, and I'm just going for mustard seed, crackling Campfire and ground Expresso, because I know these are three colours that are going to blend well. And I've just got a selection here, and I must admit there's no rhyme or reason whether I use a tool, a blending sponge. I just look for the right colours. So I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'll do the two together. So I'll come in at the top of the tag, pop some yellow on. And again, always remember circular motions, get that ink evenly on that blending tool. And right across. And you know what, if you're somebody who struggles with blending, do this method and you'll nail it. Right, so that's the yellow. So now we're going to put the brown at the base. If you remember, we do this and then we do the middle colour last. So we'll add the brown there. Got a bit of fluff there. So I'm just going to tip this slightly. Just try not to get my paw marks on there. And again, circular motions. And then we'll stop the brown there, and then we'll come in with our orange in the middle, and we'll do the tag first, look. And into the brown. I go into the brown first because I've got most ink, and obviously my brown's a darker colour. And then when I've got less ink, I'll come up into the yellow. Needs a bit more work, but it's certainly getting there. Move that out of the way. And then into the orange. And I probably won't have enough orange to go all the way across, so we'll whiz it round. So, are you all ready? I'd love to know. I mean, I bet some of you are that you'll either be out shopping or cooking or cleaning, or are you still working today, or are you visiting family? So it may be that actually none of you join me today, but you know what? I'll be here for when you do join me. Right, let's have a look at this. Right, I'm going to do the brown. So let's just work in this area here between the brown and the orange. So I'm just going to bring the brown into the orange and then come back with some orange into the brown. And I'm just going between the two. And then here at the top, I'm just going to take that orange a little bit more into the yellow. And then we'll come in and take the yellow down into the orange. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. Let's have a look at this one. I think we need more orange on this one, onto that brown. Yeah, that's better. And up into the yellow. And what to do, I just want a bit more orange there on that brown. It's just a bit of a, not keen on that join there, so just work at it, blend it, that's better. Right, and then what to do when I'm happy is just come in with the yellow and go over the whole thing. Right, so that one, you will get odd bits. I get bits off my sponges, but you know what? They'll be fine. So let's come in with this one, back in at the top at the yellow, and then just blend some yellow right down. And I just find that lighter colour, there we go, right across the whole. So we'll get rid of these. I'm just going to mop this up. I'll give this a bit of a clean. I do keep thinking I should tidy my craft room before Christmas, but then I think, no, why don't I just leave it and do it for the new year? What are you like? Do you tidy? I know some of you are very good. You like to sort of, you know, put things to bed and tidy up. I keep thinking in the new year I'll maybe try and find some time to tidy up. Right, there we go. So I'm thinking we're going to add some stamping now. So, and again, I've just gone for some lovely florals. So I literally got my box next to me with all my florals in. And again, sometimes I like to just go for firm favourites. And we'll stamp in Versafine Clair, and I'll start with the black, the Nocturne. I keep thinking I need to sort my stamps out as well. I have all these ideas, you know, of things I'm thinking I want to do. What about you? So I'm using the large one, look, but I'm only going to use that once. So we'll give that a quick wipe. And again, it's the old dirty inky binky. A couple of days and I can get my new one out. So there's a smaller one. So we'll use the smaller one on the tag. I think proportionally that will look good. And then we'll add a couple of the small on the piece. Decorative bags are a fabulous thing to do, and they really can make a difference. You know, if you just want to send a little gift, I always think sometimes just by putting it nice wrapping or in a nice gift bag can make all the difference. That's the wild summer flowers. And then I've got this lovely Bluebells. And again, if you're not sure how it's going to look, remember, just use your acetate. I think I'll put it on this block. Again, I have favourite blocks. I don't know why. Now, this one we're going to come in with the Pinecone. I'm thinking because we've got brown at the base. So we'll come in with some first, second and third generation stamping. And I'm just altering the angle as well. So it's nice because often the taller, the wild summer flowers sort of peep through the rest of the foliage, don't they? And I'm not overthinking this because I'm not thinking this could be for any time of year, this sort of card. And again, I reckon when you look at your stamps, you're bound to have stamps that'll go well for this. Right, so that was the Bluebell. And then probably my favourite stamp ever, the Field Grass. Although it is difficult because I don't know about you, my favourite one does change. But it's probably my most used, to be honest. Summertime, lovely orange colour. Now, are you expecting any nice crafty Christmas presents from Santa? I don't think I am. Well, I'm not. I've got my eye on a few things, but we shall wait and see. Right, and I love the fact that the yellow, the orange on the yellow, got a little smudge there, but I'm going to leave it. I could put a piece of grass look up there, but I think it would be too tall. So I'm going to leave that because I can either put the sentiment there or it'll disappear when I add the faux bleach in the water. So what I love with the grass stamp is you can just ink up the top bit here, look. and then you almost just get it in the distance here, and it doesn't overshadow this stamping. So again, I love that. And this, I have to say, I love that whole composition and colour, but I just want to add a couple of this field grass in black, just to bring a little bit more depth here, and you'll see the difference. If ever I'm not sure when I'm going to do something like this, we have got the choice of adding your acetate, like we've said, but quite often I would take a photograph of this now, then stamp it and take another photograph, and just look at the difference between the two. Now I'm thinking just one there. Oh, I like that. It really brings, I think just one just popping in the top here. Yeah, I like that. Just frames it. No, I'm not going to do that. That's enough. Walk away. No pizzas. Might be Christmas, but we're not having pizza. So I'll put that out of the way. And let's add a nice one of our circle masks. Now, you know me, I like to do this upside down. And it could be the moon, the sun, or it could just be a spotlight on our lovely summer flower there. So I'm going to come in with the brown. But you know what? I think I've probably got enough ink on this. So I'm not going to add any more ink. Just going to go around and see. Because sometimes we can over ink things. And these sponges and your brushes, you could use your brush for this. But I'm thinking, you know, I bet there'll be enough left on this. So it saves ink, but also it'll give me a nice subtle effect, which is what I want. So if I take that away, look at that. And I love that. It's so subtle. Another little tip, if it was too dark, just get your yellow, I can't speak, yellow. It's a good job it's not a tongue twister. And just go back over with your yellow, look. And again, that will blend that back in beautifully. I'm just going to have a little sip. I'd love to know what you're drinking with me. And what's your snack today? As I said, a little bit of flapjack. It was very naughty because it was for my lunch, so... Right, little bit of wink of Stella. You know I love my wink of Stella. And I'm just putting it on my lovely summer flowers here. Again, you could add colour to these. You could use your gel pen. But I'm thinking just a little bit of wink of Stella. And then just round our moon mask here. We've got a nice bit of glitter, but not too much glitter. Then my fan brush is in my water pot, which is very dangerous because I've actually put my coffee next to it. So I've got to make sure when I put this back, I actually do put it in the water and not in my coffee. So just going to add that to faux bleach. And the reason I've done it at this point, I do it at the end because what I found, when I started card making, the way it was taught was that you would blend your background, then do your faux bleaching, then your stamping. But for me, I find the card, well, for me, never, even a good quality card never stamps as well once it's been faux bleached. So I just find it better to do that right at the end. I've stamped in permanent ink, so that'll be fine. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a dry. So I'm just going to bring in my heat tool, and this is the drying heat tool. Obviously it's got a bigger nozzle, so perfect for drying, front and back. Beautiful pattern on the back, look. Which just reminds me, on the back here, let's add, I want to add some ink. So we'll come in first with the orange, and we'll make it look as though this is part of the, because we've got ink on here anyway, haven't we? We've got quite a lot of brown ink. So if I come in with the orange, And then we'll add a little bit of the brown around the edge. And we just want to make it look as though this is part of the design. So I'm actually just going to come in with a little bit of a darker colour round. Now you could stamp a little bit on here if you want. But what I find is if I just do a little bit of the faux bleaching and just go around the edge, it'll just add to that design and it'll make it look like that back is just exactly part of the design. Let's give this a wipe. Maybe I should wash my mat. What do you think? With it being Christmas and all. Need to keep my eye on the time. It's nearly time for Eric's medication, so I think we'll just be perfect timing when we've done this. If I bring this back in, look. So once it's dry, I'll still have room to write a lovely little message on there. And we'll just give it a quick dry. There we go. So, like I say, for me, I'm happy with that. Once I've done my lovely writing, if you wanted, you could stamp a little bit of the grasses on as well. But I think that's lovely. So we're going to stick this on the card now, on the bag, I should say. So, you know what would be nice is, actually, you could do a card to match, couldn't you? Or you could make yourself, do you know what, if you were at a loose end, you could make yourself a few of these toppers, just do the inking, and then when you need a card, you could have the stamping. Because this sort of background will be perfect for so many different things. Now, I want a sentiment, so I'm going to come in for my sentiment stickers. You know me, the hardest bit is choosing, because I love all these. I'm actually going to put Sunbeam on, because this card makes me smile, because it does remind me of sunbeams. And I'm thinking, no, where's my scissors? You know, my little trick, I nearly put it down then. So, would it look right over that? No. Need it there, really. I need it to be straight as well. Thank you. Right, so get our bag. So that's going to go there. Now again, I just turn my corners over. I do this whatever I'm sticking down. And this is finger lift tape. Take off the middle one. I always put a diagonal one across the middle. It just helps pull the card together. And then we have belt and braces here. So that means we don't just rely on tape. I have my bippity boppity glue as well. And then turn this over. Just position that. Yeah, happy with that. And then once we're happy with that, get rid of all these. And a little tip, I tend to use my kitchen towel just to press it down, because there's nothing worse than getting to this stage and finding out you've got ink on your fingers and getting it on your lovely, lovely work. So I'm going to put a little bit of some twine on my tag, and I'm not going to attach my tag to this bag because it's easier to write my tag and then attach it to the bag. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to add some Posca splats. So this is the glittery one, the yellow. Now you could add white if you wanted, but I think I used a lot of white over Christmas. So I just think the yellow just gives a nice bright, I just feel like some nice bright, cheerful, sunshiny colours. And I'm just going diagonally across, just to tie the whole thing together, put some on the tag. Oh, look at that, such a zesty colour. Let me just lift that up to show you. Sort of looks more gold than yellow. Somebody's going to tell me now, is there much difference between gold and yellow? Right, I'll give that a wipe. And then there we have my lovely bag and the tag that we've made today. And here's the one, just fold it down. So I've got two now, lovely little gift bags ready. Now you could even make these ready to put presents in. Or, I mean, is it too early to start thinking about Easter? You know, us crafters, we like to be ahead, but I just think this is just such a lovely, happy, nice little project to do. Going to grab my coffee. And I think it's one of those projects that, for me, just makes me smile. And it was just lovely to come in my craft room and create this with you. So, thank you for joining me today. And I hope you have a very happy Christmas, a very peaceful Christmas. And I'll see you on Christmas Day. It's a Monday, so I'll be back. Oh, Boxing Day's a Tuesday. I'll be back. Sound like a famous actor, don't I? I'll be back. So, you take care of yourselves. And remember, I love you all. You're such lovely, lovely people. Right, you take care. I need to go and give Eric his medication. Love and hugs from me. See you again soon. Bye for now.